Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Thielemann, and I'm going to be talking to you with a series of videos, hopefully, to tell you some basic facts about using your CPAP machine and taking care of it. One thing that I wind up having a conversation about every day with a lot of patients is how to clean and take care of your machine. Okay, so you've gotten your CPAP machine, you're trying to start using it for the first time, and now you want to know how to take care of this guy. Not too hard, actually. You want to clean the mask, the hose, and the humidification tank about once a week. You can't clean it too much, really, but so long as you're doing it approximately one time every 7 days, maybe on the outside every 14 days, you're doing okay. Generally speaking, you want to use distilled white vinegar or liquid dish soap and water to do this. The dish soap I like best is Dawn, but you can use whatever you like, palm olive, ivory. We'll start with the mask. This is just a standard mask. There's over 100 different types. This one is what's called a nasal pillow. Snaps apart if you like to clean it that way, but you don't have to. And you'll find that these types of masks will have various pieces of headgear as well. In this case, the headgear does not detach. And so when you're cleaning the silicone and the little hose, you're actually going to be washing the headgear as well. You take some liquid dish soap, you drip it on, you clean it with your fingertips to get all the corners and different parts, maybe drip a little bit of soap into the other end of the hose, and then you rinse this whole thing off in the sink with warm water. If you want to use vinegar for the mask, you can, but it's a little trickier. Perhaps you want to put some vinegar in a bowl and submerge the mask in the bowl. If you do the vinegar on the mask, though, be sure that you rinse it off very thoroughly with faucet water or tap water, because it's going to have a strong smell of vinegar when you're done. Myself, I like soap and water for the mask. Now, depending upon the oiliness of your skin, you may want to clean the mask more regularly than just once a week. I myself clean my mask every day. If you get sick or get a cold, you most certainly want to clean it more than once a week while we're talking about the mask. Moving on to the hose. This is just a standard heated hose. You can use, as we said before, distilled white vinegar or soap and water to clean this as well. Now for this guy, I prefer using the vinegar. It's easier. If you try to drip dish soap down in it, you either get too much or too little, and it's really hard to clean all the suds out if you put too much. And if you put too little in, you feel like you're not cleaning it very well. Now, typically you want to stand next to the kitchen sink or in a shower stall or somewhere in the bathroom, because when you clean the hose, it can get messy. You take either end of it, you pour the vinegar in one end, a generous amount usually. You can cut it with water if you like, and you juggle the two ends of the hose up and down. I can't show you fully how to do it while I'm seated here, but you get the idea. If you're standing up, you raise and lower your arms up and down vigorously. You're talking about something like 60 or 120 seconds worth of doing this, 1 or 2 minutes. You don't have to do it all day long. When you're finished, if you use the vinegar, like we said, just like with the mask, you want to rinse it out thoroughly with tap water when you're done. If you do the soap and water, just be sure you get all the soap suds out. Over here we have the actual CPAP machine itself. But before I get to that, I'm going to tell you the last bit, the water tank here, the humidity tank. This is the particular type that comes with this brand and style of machine. Depending upon the type of machine you have and its vintage, you'll have a different type of humidification tank. Virtually all of them these days open up, but some of the older ones do not. Like so. If they open up, obviously it's easier to clean it if you open it. But if you have one that doesn't open up, that's okay. You still clean it virtually the same way anyway. As we said twice now, distilled white vinegar or liquid dish soap and water. I like to use vinegar for the tank. Again, just like with the hose, it's easier. You of course can do whatever you like, but I find it easier to do the vinegar. You pour a generous amount in here. You can cut it with water again if you so desire. With the tank, you let it soak a bit, usually 15 or 20 minutes at least, though if you want to do an hour or two, if you have a lot of dirt or buildup on the tank, that's perfectly acceptable. You can also position it on different sides, depending upon the style of tank you have, to clean different parts of it, or you can shake it vigorously to clean it as well. Like we said before with the vinegar, you definitely want to flush it out with tap water when you're done. If you use the liquid dish soap and water, same principle applies. You drip some down in it. You use a generous amount of water to get the soap suds to bubble up, and you rinse it through thoroughly when you're done. I find it's easier to pick a day and clean every item on one particular day than it is to try to keep track of 3 separate items and cleaning them on different days. This is just me. My cleaning day is Sunday. So you pick a day and you stick to that, and it's easier to remember. Now, I've mentioned a couple of cleaning agents. You don't want to get something like bleach or rubbing alcohol. Rarely from time to time I'll have patients come in and tell me they've been using this to clean their supplies. Please do not do this. It's dangerous. Yes, it will clean the hose and the tank very well, but even if you rinse it thoroughly when you're finished, there are still trace molecules of these harsh chemicals left in the CPAP device. We don't want those in your nose or lungs, and so don't do that. Stick with the gentle, body-friendly agents that I've already told you about. Your mask is typically changed every 6 months minimum. It might be more frequently than this depending upon your insurance. Your hose is changed at the same time, as are the filters on the back of the machine. The water tank is typically replaced every 12 months. The entire CPAP machine is changed every 5 years, all things being equal with standard insurances. I hope this has been a helpful little talk to you about how to clean the various parts of your CPAP machine.